Good evening, guys. Out for a walk, and thought I would take you with me. This is where I get stung, more likely. There's a little overgrown archway here. Now, use your Insta360 as a battering ram. Woo! Anyway, it's much sheltered here as well. Thoughts. So, we know Canon and Nikon have pushed hard. They've brought out some really fantastic cameras in the last year, and no one can deny that at all, which is fine. And we're really quite lucky that everyone now has options to use something that is really amazing. The last 6 years or so, I would say, there've been some fantastic cameras, and the world of photography sort of changed quite a bit. Autofocus speeds and clever locking on target acquisitions, is that word? Lock on AF tracking, all that sort of stuff. Better ISO capabilities, but also now with the denoise software. So when we've got things like the RX10, which has got a smaller sensor and does struggle with higher ISOs, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we got the denoise. So we got Topaz denoise AI. We've got loads of other ones. Obviously Adobe have now caught up, and we've got the Adobe software that is very good, including the super resolution as well, which basically takes away the need for clear image zoom for photos. Anyway, I use clear image zoom quite a bit for video, but yeah, the whole world of technology is amazing. Obviously we do know that certain cameras could do with an update. Some people want firmware updates all the time. Some people want a new camera, which totally understandable. It's your money if you want to buy something new, but you just need that company that you like to release something that you want. So it's a huge market really of all the different types of cameras that we've got available, all the different lenses now. We've got so much choice, but then again, everyone's never happy, so it's a bit of a interesting situation. The thought I was having earlier, and I thought maybe it's I don't know, it was thought about Sony. So obviously we are waiting for an RX10 Mark V. This has been around 5 and a bit years now. So we thought maybe a year ago it might have appeared. This year probably not either. And it's still selling. It's still selling at hotcakes. Daily I get messages from people asking me, how do I do this? Or thank you for putting the video up, the setup videos and stuff I've done. And I thought that's really cool, because it just shows you that there's still plenty going on with that camera. And the fact that they're still selling them just shows you how ahead of the game it was when it was released. But obviously now data throughput has got faster. So now we've got the CF Express A cards with the A1 and the A7R5, A7V, whatever. We've got some seriously fast data push. So with the A1, I can literally, and one reason I actually bought the A1 was because I do video photos all day long, and I might be snapping something, doing a burst, and then I need to go and push the video button, and I never used to be able to do it. So if I was shooting a burst with this, and then I thought, I need to do a video clip, and it's still writing, and with the A1 it's literally cleared before I've even changed into video mode. So that was a game changer for me, and this is where this could really do with having that sort of update. With we know it needs a bigger battery and a faster processor, and the CF Express A cards would be nice, but also everyone moans about the non user-friendly touchscreens and all that sort of stuff, where nobody yet has actually released a camera that has got a really, really good interface. Well, unless it's Hasselblad maybe, but you know, Sony, Nikon, Canon, Fuji and all that lot, it's still a bit clunky. To be honest, I'm looking through the viewfinder, I'm making my adjustments via the buttons constantly, so not the end of the world, but if you're utilising certain things on the camera, you could do with a bit more touchy sort of data, sort of a better interface as such to be able to do certain things, which makes sense. And I was thinking, how do they have a, because obviously we've got a mobile phone, so if you have that as your screen of your phone, I mean that's 5 point something inches, there's no way you're going to get that on the back of a camera. And it made me think this afternoon, I was just sitting outside in the sun for 10 minutes, 15 minutes while I had some lunch, and I thought, how would they, hang on, I'll be back. How would they put a screen that was 5.5 inches or whatever on the back of a camera like that? And it made me think. I was thinking, well, you couldn't do it. You'd lose the flippiness, you know, of the screens. You wouldn't be able to do anything. And I thought, well, two ways. You keep that screen, and you have a second one that slides out from behind it and makes it twice as long, so sideways, comes out to the side. Or my other option was like the flexible screens that we've got now. So you have the screen would bend, and it would double in size downwards. Or to the left, for example, and then it would give you a flippy screen, but also more menu options, and you'd be able to have a massive touch screen on there with all these different options and stuff. And I thought, do you know what, that's actually doable. And the fact that it would fold up, and you'd have like maybe the normal screen on the back of the flippy screen, so you end up with having a double size one and then one on the other side as well, that would give you so much more usability for things like that, or doing the when you know, if you want to send stuff to your phone, or to send the stuff to your laptop, or post up online. So basically you can have it connected to your phone for Wi-Fi, and you could basically just upload to Facebook directly or something, or even do YouTube live, you know, via your camera with ease. There's lots and lots of ways that we could possibly do things, and it made me think, how would they be able to do that without making the camera bigger and more clunky? And I thought, well, that's the only real way, and it kind of makes sense with a flippy screen. And that's what pushed me thinking, the next lot of cameras from Sony, are they likely to have more of a mobile phone interface built in? Because they've got the Xperia phones, haven't they? The Pro and everything. So does that make sense that they've been testing a mobile phone for the last few years with a 1-inch sensor camera in it? Does that mean if they do release an RX10 Mark V, it could have a mobile phone interface built into it as such? Not obviously going to have a phone in it, but the same sort of situation where we have a lot more usability with it, and a lot more scope to do stuff. You could even have built-in maps to, you know, to see where you are and things like that, you know, utilising it, but you would need bigger batteries to power all this, because obviously it's using more power, bigger screens, obviously more graphical, and it's just a lot different, you know. But it just made me think today, what else, you know, what else can they do to make these things work better? And I thought, the flexible screen. If you can have a flexible screen, that means you could have it small when it's not needed, but then you could fold it down or to the left and open it out for it to become, you know, a usable device, you know. And I thought, that may work. I don't know. I'm sure someone else has thought about it already, but I just thought I might talk about it a bit it was quite an interesting sort of concept, really. I may even do a little Photoshop look, you know, and put a screen on the back of it so you can kind of see what you think, what I actually mean, because some people may not quite understand what I'm kind of saying. And I think having those sort of extra features would, you know, would allow stuff. I mean, I don't particularly need it. I pick up my camera, I'm shooting. That's all I'm interested in, is photographing stuff. I don't really send many pictures to my phone. Occasionally I might, and it works fine for me. Like, you know, I've got it as automatically connects. So you turn the RX10 or the A1 or the A7R3 off airplane mode, and it connects to my phone. And then I just open up the app and basically get the pictures straight off, and it takes seconds. But if you want to tether, fair enough. You know, that would be better. But we're also, you know, shooting to online storage, you know, on a decent high-speed connection as well. There's all those sort of things that maybe would be useful in certain situations, obviously not all the time. But I suppose at the same time as well, you're backing up your images from, like now, if I'm shooting out in the middle of nowhere and my phone's connected to my camera and you're taking pictures and it's uploading to the Adobe storage or whatever, it may, when you get home, you don't have to offload your card. But you've also got a double backup. So does that take away the necessary or need for 2 card slots? Could you get rid of the the second card slot now and just have one? So you're shooting redundant to online. Don't know. Lots to think about. There's so many different variations and different thoughts that could make it good, but would it make it too complicated? You know, the cameras now basically do one job. They take photos, they take video, and give us the images that we need to later on look at them, either via a PC or a Mac or whatever, or occasionally to your phone or whatever like that. But you know, if we add in extra features, the writing of the program writing and everything, or the coding to make this work would be massive compared to what it is now. Obviously more smartphone based stuff in the big cameras, that's basically another step into, you know, the more complicated side of things. It's not just a camera anymore, you know. And yeah, obviously we've got mobile phones that do brilliant stuff, and also you could do instant editing, you know, if you really wanted to as well. If your screen's big enough and you've got enough stuff in there, you could have an app that's built into the camera, like via Adobe or something, that allows you to quickly edit an image on the camera. You wouldn't have to necessarily have to do something. Or would it have AI editing built in? So you take a picture, a bit like a phone, takes multiple shots, stacks them together. So obviously when your mobile phone takes a shot, looking out here for example, my mobile phone would take HDR image, it will take probably 10 to 20 pictures, it will stack them all together, ditch the ones it doesn't want with any motion blur or anything in it, and then you've got an image. Our cameras here take one, unless you're bracketing, and that's a huge difference. So would that happen? You know, if you think about it, the A1 can do 30 frames per second, but this is where the other side of it comes in, the autofocus speed. You know, if you're tracking something, you can't really stack images together that easy because something's moving, you're moving. Unlike with a phone where it doesn't really track, it just takes a picture. There's a lot involved with all the options and possibilities and things like that, you know. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But would it work? Don't know. I'm sure there'd be some geniuses out there who've already written code and stuff already that makes a huge thing. But I do think that the flexible bendy screen could actually work quite well. I'm sure someone's probably already thought about it, how to do it, or a slidey out one from behind the other one, almost like a second monitor, you know. But don't know. What do you reckon? Any other options out there you think probably could be usable? Obviously, with decent EVF is very important for what we do. I don't like shooting generally from a screen. Obviously, the EVF is a screen, but you know what I mean. It's up to your eye and allows you to track stuff properly, and flies everywhere. You know, I just think it's a massive minefield. Even if I've just spoken about that for 10 minutes or something, how intense some meetings must be in the camera world of what we're going to do next. How are we going to blow, how is Sony going to blow Nikon out of the water? How are they going to blow Canon? Or how's Canon going to blow Sony out of the water with the next camera? Blah, 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 blah. That's why they do little things, I think, because the R&D involved to do big things must be insane. Like, the cost of it must be absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, all right, let's go back through here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head home, have some dinner. I'll catch you guys later. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about what I've just sort of mumbled about, because it could be very interesting in the next year or two if they decide they are going to start putting stuff in like that. It could be quite crazy. Anyway, don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. Catch you later.